Welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Gamer. This is my monthly review of what I got painted up during the month. So this month being July 2025. It being July, it's rather warm here at the moment in Wales, and therefore I've probably not painted as much as I should have painted, but when it gets warm I really don't feel much like painting. Plus it's the school holidays, so the children are home and I'm spending time doing things with them. I've just come back off a holiday as well, so I'm putting all my excuses in at this point, so I can explain why there's so little has actually been painted or done. Something I have been doing is reading up on some rules for some new games to come to the channel, namely Guards of Traitor's Toll and 5 Parsecs from the 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, which are two games which will be coming up on this channel at some point when I've finished reading up on the rules, and I will give a quick review of those games later on, maybe this month or next month. Another thing I've been doing is I've been doing podcasts. It's a rather new world for me to be doing podcasts, but I've been doing them with the Crafty Mini over on his channel. We were about 6 episodes in at the moment, so you will be seeing those in coming months as he decides to edit and release them. So it'll be over on his channel. So if you want to go over to the Crafty Mini, you will see those podcasts. And they've been a lot of fun, actually, talking about our passion for the miniatures hobby and other unrelated things which have just cropped up along the way. But yeah, it's been quite a fun time. So yeah. Go and pester the Crafty Mini to get those published up on YouTube, so then you can finally watch me and Crafty Mini, shoot the shit and talk about the rubbish. Yeah, it was quite a fun time. But let's get down to the table and see what I've managed to get painted up this month, July 2025. That'll do. Okay, so most of these miniatures you will have already seen if you've been watching my videos previously in the month. So these are going to be the Gnolls range for Frostgrave. And all in all, I quite like them. I had this issue where the head and the neck join. So there's like a ball and pivot socket which join the head to the body, and I had a bit of a problem with that, which some of these miniatures you'll see later on I tried to solve with some milliput, etc. But generally speaking, yeah, they're quite nice. I didn't like them the first time I saw them, and I saw them quite a few years ago, and I was really not sold on them. But they've kind of grown on me over that time, and they're not terrible. They're not the best miniatures made for Frostgrave by North Star Military Figures, but they're not bad, they're not terrible miniatures. I don't generally use Gnolls very often. This is really only for my Rangers of Shadowdeep game and, Frostgrave if they pop up, etc. But yeah, I painted them okay. I quite like how they turned out, and the colours I think I picked are pretty good. They kit bashed brilliantly, as you can tell with these miniatures. They're both kit bashed from the Barbarians range of the Frostgrave miniatures, and you can't tell that they aren't the standard arms, etc. for those miniatures. So these were very standard from the box set straight, so this is as they come, so to speak. And yeah, they're nice miniatures. The weapons and all are suitable for any real kit bashing you want, because the arms are not bestial in any way. They're very human-like, very non-hairy, shall we say, even though they belong to, some Gnolls. So I painted up actually most of the box of these. I think I painted up something like 15 of them. So there's another 5 left that I've got that I can kit bash with, etc. Which is what I try and do when I get a kit, is I try and leave some of them so I can kit bash with later kits when I need to. When I want to describe how they connect with the other other options. So these are 2 of the ones that I used milliput to fill out that back on the head, and as you can see they've got a bit more of a mane about them, and it hides the socket quite well, I think, actually. You know, whether I'd want to do it for any more of my Knolls, I don't think I probably would, because it doesn't bother me all that much. But if you want to see how I did this, you can go back, I think it's my previous video to this, and you will see me working with Milliput to fill those head gaps and create the mains for them. This Gnoll wouldn't let go of my finger. Okay, this one was the champion, which I made with some Milliput's pelt on his back, you know, so give it that sort of, he's using some animal hide for a cloak, etc. And yeah, I think it worked quite well. You know, it blends in with the miniature very well and follows the aesthetic, I think, you know. So those were my Knolls done. The only other two miniatures that I managed to get was this like ent creature, or tree sprig, or whatever you want to call him. This was actually a gift from the Crafty Mini. He sent me 3 minis, and this was one of them. I wanted to get something a little bit different painted up for you, so this was one of the ones I could quickly paint and get on camera, so you weren't just looking at a whole plethora of Knolls. I think he turned out pretty well, actually. Quite like the miniature. It's a 3D printed miniature. There's quite a lot of detail on it. And, of course, another one of my rock trolls from the Avatars of War. Yeah, it's not showing up on camera that brilliantly, but, yeah, you can kind of see what he looks like. I'm quite pleased with how he turned out. He's very grotesque and what have you. So that's been it. That's all I've managed to get painted. So if you've liked this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more from me, subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment, I do reply to every single comment on my channel. But until next time, it's going to be goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Board Gamer.